was to stop him.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
So here's Miami's starting group. Wade and James, the wings, with Bosch at the 4. Howard is out there with West. From deep. And there's Baylor. That's good on the assist by Lynn. Baylor's got the first bucket of the night, a three-pointer for the Magic. James has a two-pointer. That is good.
You know, one thing you have to give Coach Erik Spoelstra credit for is he's not wedded to just one approach. I like his ability to be flexible. You remember after the 2011 finals, for example, he really went back to the drawing board and changed Miami's offense to their small ball approach, but also wanted to get LeBron inside more. The result has been a couple of championship rings.
Here's LeBron following the basket by Elgin Baylor. Bosch, a screen on Baylor. Pass to Bosch. 1:56 left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. James, the pass to Howard. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Orlando with the ball. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season. Stevenson outside. Right side, Lynn. Back to Stevenson. Rejected by Howard. West against Lynn. It's West with the drive. And the shot is good.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
The Magic have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lynn kicks to Baylor. Wade against Stevenson. That's good.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
For the Orlando Magic, they come into this one following a loss to the Hawks in Atlanta.
You know, on an ordinary night, I think they would come out on top in that game. That's how well they played, but they just happened to run into a club that was playing at the top of its game.
And Steve, I think they get the win if that game had been at home instead of on the road.
5 to shoot. Here's Howard, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Orlando called for the foul. This is his first free throw of the game.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And the second free throw, good. We've got 28 seconds left in the first. It's Evans on the wing. Pass to McGinnis. And he gets it to go.
And they'd love to have a few more easy baskets like that to kind of set the tone for the rest of the game.
Miami trailing. Bosch sets the pick for James. Right wing. Bosch dishes to James. In low to Howard. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right where.
NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
Big boost from their bench there, guys, in that first quarter. They did a nice job coming in and really giving this team a lift.
Yeah, it's a nice attribute to have. Firepower coming off the pine early. That's good stuff.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Wade and James, the wings, with Bosch at the 4. West is out there with Howard.
Valanciunas, a young big man with some offensive promise. He can score on the left block. He's developing a nice touch from mid-range. Very intriguing player with that size and skill set.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, certainly, gentlemen, the Heat are trying to rally back after a tough summer. Chris Bosh said, I see why people were saying three-peating is hard. I get it now. There's just so many other things you have to fight. We're all human, and it was a long, tough season. Guys, maybe in some way the pressure lessens a bit now.
Certainly something to reboot, Doris, but their championship aspirations remain the same. Thanks. And Valanciunas, a mobile 7-footer with good hands. That's a nice start.
It's always a great place to start when you're a big guy. Can you catch it? And not only good passes, but can you catch bad ones and finish around the rim? He can do all of that.
No good on the free throw.
Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, have been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and have become just a huge draw around the NBA.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for McGinnis. Cephalosha comes in for Aguirre. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Tyreke Evans. And it's Jeremy Lin in for J.J. Redick.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes.
And now with the Big
remaining in
Three
quarter.
era coming to an end, Miami not perhaps one of the more hated teams around the NBA, but Clark, they are still at the forefront of the league scene in the East.
And while they might have lost a bunch of the bandwagon fans, by no means is this team finished with being a title threat. There's just too much talent on this roster, and for the first time in a long time, they might enjoy being viewed as underdogs.
And it's blocked by Bosh. West passes to Wade. Here's James. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
Stevenson kicks to Lin. Here's Duncan. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, for Dwayne Wade, he's an athlete who's grown accustomed to having his personal life and his public life intersect. But he's found a way to turn that into a positive, selling the rights to a sitcom based on his experiences as a player and a parent.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And they're sharing the ball, too, which I love. They're piling up the assist. We're seeing great offensive movement.
The Magic making a switch here. Baylor's checked in. Both free throws good from Wade. And Wade, generous, sharing his experiences for sure. Steve, he even released a training app for smartphones last season.
You know, I used it, Kevin. I ended up dominating my old man league in San Diego, so I'm really grateful to Dwayne for his generosity.
Lin dishes to Stevenson. Shot clock at 6. Shot to stop the run. Wade with the block. Wade left side. James right side. Back to Wade. Right at the free throw line. Nice jump shot. Good.
Boy, nice bucket. They're really playing intelligently here.
And even though the lead's not large, they've definitely got the upper hand.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
Well, they were getting run ragged out there. Good time for a timeout. Maybe it was even too late, but this club has to regroup now.
Well, I tell you what, it wasn't pretty, and they definitely needed to take a minute to talk things over.
Plumlee, he's checked in for Orlando. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lin kicks to Duncan. Feeds to Stevenson. Baylor passes to Stevenson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 11 feet away. Plumlee, no luck. Heaves it up. No luck. Jerry West.
And What was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
We've got Baylor. Plumlee out there with Duncan. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Stevenson in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Jacques Vaughn getting going here in the second half. Here's Baylor. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Baylor's got 8.
Now they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, as you know, Dwayne Wade has one of the best pump fakes in the NBA. And he'll tell you he picked it up from Sam Cassell. Of course, you remember Sam was playing in Milwaukee when Wade was at Marquette in the same town. Wade knows how hard it is to deal with pump fakes. I bite too, not as much, but guys get me. I get mad every time because I'm like, that's my move. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, isn't he? Thank you, Doris. And Stevenson kicks to Baylor. The fader. And it's good. Baylor's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's really stood out for his club today. Even though they're struggling a little bit, he's doing his part. A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And about Orlando and their stars, is it better, Clark, to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all on your team?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star that's wearing a Magic uniform right now.
Evans. Shot is no good. And it's Miami the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. They host the 76ers after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Man, I'll be anxious to see what ends up happening with that 76ers game. Should be a good one.
Aguirre, a screen on West. Redick passes to Aguirre. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Aguirre's got his first 2 points.
That's where you like to get shots, inside and close to the hoop.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Back to West. Kicks it out to James. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
LeBron James. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. 29 seconds left here in the third quarter. Passes it to Aguirre. Fires from 14, and it's Orlando with another. The Heat leading by 8. West outside. At the elbow, it's James. Aguirre grabs the miss.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella.
It is well called the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. Wade and James, the wings, with Bosch at the 4. Howard is out there with West. LeBron with it. Baylor picks him up. James kicks it to West. Dishes to Howard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jerry West. 9 points for Howard.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Lynn kicks to Duncan. With the teardrop. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
Howard setting the pick for James. Wade kicks to James. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Pick by West. Bosch dishes to West. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. And now a 10-point Heat lead.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Stevenson kicks to Duncan. To the right side. Down low. And it's Plumlee that time on the assist by Lynn. Lynn's got 3 assists tonight.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. His message was this: all of us know these guys are capable of exploding and putting up points in a hurry. So I don't want to see anybody letting up until that final whistle blows. Guys, back to you.
Here's Baylor. Hits the target from 18 feet.
Beautiful play by Lance Stevenson. He was as gifted a passer as we have in the league.
The Heat leading by 6. On the wing, James. Baylor defending. A wide open look here for Bosch. That's good. And so Howard with the assist.
They're earning their points with the jump shot now.
Yep, that's 6 of their last 10 points coming in that in-between range.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They trail by 8. 1:14 left in the fourth. .114 left in the fourth. They set the screen. Stevenson passes to Baylor. Offline with his 3.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
Bosch, no one around him, misses the 3. The Magic have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Stevenson right side. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, I love it. He gets there first, absorbs the contact. Nice play defensively.
No flop there. He took that one right in the chest.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Wade dishes to West. Bosch, the screen. West kicks to James. The shot's good on the assist by West. And now it's a 10-point Heat lead.
This is going to be a great game for them. No win on the road comes easy in the NBA. Nice performance.
Any player loves sending his own fans home happy. He loves even more sending opposing fans home miserable.
Wade kicks to Bosch. Howard with a clean look offline. And so Miami takes